Hello, this is Miss Delore, and the reason that I'm doing this video is to help you with your Week 28 language for 8th grade. Now remember, on your paper, there are 4 days, and then there are 4 boxes for each day. So when I say day 1, box 1, that's the box that I'm referring to. Let's begin. Day 1, box 1, declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory. I'm trying to have a meeting in the conference room. Always start with your interrogative. Is it a question? Remember, police interrogate the prisoners, they ask them questions. Then go for your exclamatory. Does it have an exclamation point? Is it an exciting sentence? After that, go to your imperative. Remember, your imperatives are commands like open the door, shut the door, keep watching this video. Then your declarative, if it is neither of any of those 3, then you have your declarative, which are your regular everyday sentences. Day 1, box 2. Make the following singular nouns plural. Tweezers. First of all, if ever you're not sure about the plural of a word, you can either look it up in the dictionary or you can go online and type it in to find out the plural of it. So those tools are available for you if you have difficulty with the plural of a word. Day 1, box 3. Circle the misplaced modifier and draw an arrow to where it should be located. Remember, misplaced modifiers are describing or modifying something and they're in the wrong place. They should be somewhere else in the sentence. David waited patiently behind a teenager with baggy jeans carrying a full load. Okay, one of the ways that you can do this is take each part. David waited patiently behind a teenager with baggy jeans carrying a full load. See which part is describing the nouns of that sentence and see if they are next to the nouns that they are supposed to be describing. Day 1, box 4. Circle the word with the more positive connotation. Instigate, stir up. Remember, denotations are the definitions of the words. Connotations are the emotions, are how you care about the words. So which one is a nice, so instigate and stir up both have the same dictionary definition. Okay, they both mean the same thing technically, but which one gives a more positive light to what they mean? Day 2, box 1. Active or passive. Fun was had. Remember, to find out if a sentence is active or passive, you find the verb, what's happening. If the subject is before the verb, it is active. If the subject is after the verb, it is passive. Day 2, box 2. Add punctuation to make this sentence correct. We met Allie, Monica, Sebastian's sister, and Valerie at the theater last night. Now, notice that there is a 5. 5 means that there are going to be 5 punctuation marks in this sentence. Always start with your end mark, and don't always just put a period, as some of you have the habit of doing. Sometimes a sentence can be a question mark. Sometimes it can be an exclamatory sentence and have an exclamation point. Sometimes, yes, it does have a period, but always be careful not to just assume that it will be a period. Also, listen to the way the sentence is read because we do pause naturally where we need commas. We met Allie, Monica, Sebastian's sister, and Valerie at the theater last night. I am also going to give you a little hint. Think about possessives, owning. Day 2, box 3. What is the meaning of the underlined word? The company will only allot each employee a certain amount of sick days. Now, before you go off to your dictionary or your online tools, try to figure out what the word might mean based upon the context clues of the sentence. The company will only allot each employee a certain amount of sick days. What word could replace allot and mean the same thing? Of course, if you're still having difficulty, you can use your dictionary or online tools. Day 2, box 4. Find the word that is misspelled and spell it correctly. We should have empathy for our fellow man. Here's a really good rule of thumb. Cross out the words that you know are spelled correctly and see what you have left. Then use your dictionary or online tools to figure out the spelling of those words that you have left to see if they are spelled incorrectly or not. Day 3, box 1. Circle the infinitive. I'm sorry not to have come on Friday. I always consider this the easiest question of the whole page. It will always start with the word to, T-O, and then have a verb after it. Now remember, there are helping verbs like have, will, okay? Those are helping verbs, so be careful about that sort of information. Day 3, box 2. Clumsy is to grace as doubtful is to. Remember, you look at your first pair of words, clumsy, grace. Find out how they are connected. What is their connection? Then you take the word doubtful and you find a word that has that same type of connection as clumsy and grace have. Day 3, box 3. Circle the participle phrase. Undaunted by the task, Renee worked hard to complete it. Remember, a participle phrase is an adjective. It's describing something, but it can also work as a verb. But its primary function is to describe. So be careful with that because they are a little bit difficult and you have to, but look on your online tools to help you with if you need to with this one. And also don't forget to email me. If you're stuck, email me and I'll talk you through it. Day 3, box 4. He wanted to set sail on the ocean of love, but he just wasted away in the desert. Now, this is probably the number one hardest question. People tend to miss this the most with the with the figurative language. Okay, alliteration. That's when you have the same beginning sounds for your words, like Sally sells seashells. Onomatopoeia sounds weird because remember it's a sound words like bark, clap. Simile. Simile is when you are describing two unlike things using like, as, or than. Metaphor is when you're comparing. Well, such as simile was comparing as well. Metaphor is when you're comparing two unlike things without using like, as, or than. For example, a simile would be, I am as hungry as a bear, while the metaphor would be, I am a bear until I eat lunch. Irony. Irony is when you expect one thing but kind of get the opposite. For example, a police officer is pulled over for speeding. Personification. That's when you give something not human, human-like qualities. For instance, the stars winked at me. Hyperbole is exaggeration. I could have eaten 17 pizzas last night. That's not going to happen. Day 4, box 1. Circle the adjectives, and notice there is a to beside it. That means that there are going to be two adjectives in the sentence, so be careful about that. Your forthright suggestion makes a great deal of sense. Remember, adjectives describe nouns. Nouns are person, place, thing, or idea. So find your nouns and then see if there are any words that are describing them. Day 4, box 2. Circle the adverbs. 1. She eats slowly. Remember, adverbs describe how or when. How did he run? Quickly. When did he run? Later. Next. Day 4, box 3. Circle the correct pronoun. I, me, believe that you should donate to charity every so often. Try them out. I believe that you should donate to charity every so often. Me believe that you should donate to charity every so often. In this case, it's being used as a subject, so which pronoun would be the most appropriate? Day 4, box 4. I cannot reply. What kind of word is reply? Remember, nouns are person, place, thing, or idea. Verbs are an action. They can be doing something. Adjectives describe nouns. Adverbs describe adverbs, verbs, and other adjectives. And then pronouns, they replace nouns. Like, for instance, I wouldn't say George went to George's mother to see George's aunt. It would be George went to his mother to see his aunt. Okay, remember, if you have any questions, email me, or you can contact me through LiveGrade, and I hope that you are able to understand this. Thank you.